Okay, class, let's go over the second problem that we had on the quiz, and let's see if we can go ahead and solve this one out. It's going to be a quick tutorial, and I'm just going to try to go through it in a good little pace, but you can always try to rewind. So the first thing I want to talk about is really important to read what the problem asks you to do. So in this case, we have substitute the given values of variables and evaluate. So at this point we should know that there's two things we should do. We need to substitute and evaluate. Now in this particular problem we have 3 divided by 8 times f minus 5 divided by 11 times h plus 9 divided by 7 times j, when f is equal to negative 8, h is equal to negative 22, and j is equal to 21. So we know in this problem that we need to substitute. We know we have f right here, and we know that f is equal to negative 8. So that's going to be my first step. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 divided by 8 times negative 8. You see, I'm going to substitute this value. F is equal to negative 8, which is why that's the value I'm going to substitute there. We have minus 5 divided by 11 times h, but we know that h is equal to negative 22, so we can substitute that in right away, plus 9 divided by 7 times j, but again we know that j is equal to 21. At this point, when we have substituted our values, we have already completed half the work of what we need to do. All that's remaining is we just need to evaluate. And at this point, we can just plug this in the calculator and then subtract this number plus that number, and you'll be done. But I'm going to show you a more simplistic approach. The first thing I'm going to do is, just right here, I'm going to rewrite this as negative 3 times 8 divided by 8. Remember that even though the negative was attached to the 8, it's okay for me to put it out here, because at the end of the day, this is still going to be a negative number. And I just like to put my negatives out in front. Here, you have to be really careful because it's tricky. We have this minus sign, and then we have a negative number here. And remember that two negatives make a positive. Whenever you have two negatives, it will always make a positive. And you can think of this negative as like negative 1. So we know that these two negatives will make a plus. 5 times 22 divided by 11 plus 9 times 21 divided by 7. Again, at this point I can go and plug it in the calculator, but I just want to show you guys just the best way of going about solving this. We know, what's 8 divided by 8? Well, that's just 1, so we can cancel that out. And we're just going to get minus 3 plus, we know 22 divided by 11 is going to just be 2. So we can put a 2. So we're going to have 5 times 2 plus, and we have 21 divided by 7. Well, we know that if we use the calculator, we know that's 3. So we're left with 9 times 3. At this point, I'll just go ahead and just solve it out right away. Negative 3 plus 5 times 2, that's definitely 10, plus 9 times 3, I can't think of 27, that's right. And now I'll just go ahead and add them. We have negative 3 plus 10 plus 27. This can be written as negative 3 plus 37. And now at this point, we know that negative 3 plus 37, we can rewrite this as 37 minus 3, which is equal to 34. And that's it. That's our problem. We're done. Now, one little quick note is that this right here, this step might have confused you, but you can plug it into your calculator. You can see that we could have done 3 times 8 first, and then divided by 8, and it would have got us negative 3. So for me, I immediately like to divide things out and make them easier than they have to be. Hope that helps. I'll move on to the next problem now.